Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is the morning eCom motivation where we talk about different things related to e-commerce. Um, I am your co-host on this journey, and my passion is helping people on their e-commerce journey, helping them to get focused, to get organized, to get consistent in their business, to help them to make the progress that they want to make. So if you're a person that needs a little help getting organized, a little help getting focused, a little help getting consistent or making some consistent decisions or putting together a game plan on how you can be a little more consistent, then I'm here for you. We host this daily session. It's live on Clubhouse. It's also live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group where we talk about things that you can do to help you on this e-commerce journey, and we give you a little bit of motivation and tips along the way. So if you need some help getting organized, getting consistent, um, making different business decisions, strategizing, putting together your game plan, because we're going into Q3, you can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session with me by going to ecomsellers.com and clicking on freebies and scheduling a free 20-minute coaching session there. If you need some help getting organized, I do encourage you to grab the My Ecom Planner. It was created for sellers by sellers. And you can go to myecomplanner.com and download the digital version or buy the physical version. You can get the digital version for 40% off right now. And in addition to that, you can join Ecom Sellers Academy if you need some support, some help, some guidance along the way. We have some great workshops that are coming up, and all of the training is, we have a live weekly training session, a live weekly Q&A. You get 10 free retail and online arbitrage leads every single week, and you also get 10 free wholesale supplier lists every single week. So we encourage you to sign up and join us along the journey. You can go to ecomsellersacademy.com. So we are, as I said before, live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group and Clubhouse, and you can download the daily e-com planning checklist by going to the files section of that Facebook group and clicking on daily e-com planning. And so you can go there and download the daily planning checklist so that you can step through the daily planning activities with us. So today's topic is reasons to create product bundles. Now, this is not a complete list. There never is a complete list. There's always more reasons. But here's 5 that we are just going to give you today that we think are great reasons why you should create product bundles. So creating product bundles um, are just amazing. I enjoy bundles. I enjoy working with bundles, creating bundles, developing, designing bundles. And so if you're a person that is interested in this, interested in creating bundles, we do have a bundles mastery workshop course through Ecom Sellers Mastery. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get through this list. So the first one is one reason to create product bundles is to generate more sales. So what a bundle is of course putting together products that make sense to go together, or products, if you combine them together, solve a problem, or simplify a need, or so if you are, let's say you're buying something for your bicycle. Maybe you're buying a bottle holder for your bicycle. But there may be some additional accessories that make sense because they're all part of the bike. For those people who like to ride bikes for a long time, they're all part of the bike journey. And so all of these accessories combined can make it easier for that person who likes to ride their bike for an extended period of time, or is interested in riding their bike for an extended period of time, be able to, add all these things to their bicycle instead of buying them individually. So creating a bundle. There's also multi-packs where you can sell multiples of the same thing. So during Thanksgiving, people might buy multiple boxes of stovetop stuffing. That's an easy example. Instead of just buying one, they buy 2, they buy 3, they buy 4. Maybe I don't prefer stovetop stuffing, but anyway, that's an example, or multiple boxes of instant mashed potatoes. So those are multi-packs. But bundles, again, are things that logically make sense. They go together, they serve a purpose, they fill a need, they simplify. So it makes it easier for people, whatever it is that they need to buy. So there's so many different bundle ideas. I just mentioned the bikes, but you can go all down the gamut of anything that has to do with kitchen utensils, kitchen accessories, things that go in your household, um, things for the bathroom, things for the bedroom, things, clothes, like school supplies. Like I could go down the list of any of things that could be created as bundles, and then also things that could be created as multi packs, things that people are not going to just buy once. Okay, so to generate more sales, especially with the fact that we are in this financial time that we're in, this inflation, people might be more interested in buying something that solves multiple problems and simplifies their life rather than just buying a single of something. So in that case, you can generate more sales instantly by putting together or creating a bundle. And you can sell bundles on so many different platforms. You can sell them on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Shopify, Walmart. You can even create drop shipping bundles that you put together the images and indicate that they're going to be shipped separately. You can create so that's always an option. You can do bundles where you have print on demand and physical products, again indicating that they're going to be shipped separately, but these things make logical sense to go together. So bundles, I love the idea of just creating multiples of something that, again, logically makes sense together, solve a problem, address a need, simplify the person's life in any kind of way. So generating more sales. If you need to get more sales, bundles may be where it's at for you. The next one is to increase the selling price on low cost items. So you may have a bunch of things where the price on that item is like $3, $2, and $1. And selling a single of it alone may not make you enough money. But if you put it in a multi-pack or you put it in a bundle, you can raise that price from, you may be having four or five $1.25 items to selling the combination of the four together for like 25 or $30, depending on what it is. So raising that price gives you an opportunity to actually make some money, because you got to cover the expense of the platform fees, um, to be able to even sell online, depending on where you're selling. So that's one way to do that, is to increase the price of low selling items by selling it in a bundle or selling it in a multi-pack. So if you got a lot of low cost items, think about that and put them together so that way you can increase the cost of them, selling price. Increase the average order value. Again, it's pretty much the same thing. Is you do want to increase or figure out a way to increase the order value. um, some of those things may not be low cost items when you acquire them, but the ones that are low cost, definitely increasing the price so that way you can at least cover the platform fees. Where you're increasing the average order value, maybe you've got four or five things that cost $4 or $5 a piece. Well, at that point, if they're $4 or $5 a piece, you're not. It's not a low cost for you. It's not a super low cost. $16 to $20, and so because you're combining them together, you may be able to sell them at a price of $50 or $60, making it, increasing the order value and, their checkout. That's the total that they're going to be checking out. And that's a great opportunity for you, especially if whatever it is you're combining in a bundle is solving a problem, addressing a need. So, like I said before, I love bundles. I love doing bundles. I love creating bundles. I like thinking about bundles and putting things together that logically makes sense to go together. So that is another reason to do that. The next one is to save your customers time. As I mentioned before, if it is something that saves them time, if it is something like, think about Thanksgiving. Going to the store 50 million times is not the ideal thing, especially for the cook of the house. So they would rather get multiples of that same thing so they don't have to go back to the store. Oh, okay, I bought one box. I need to go get another box. And they run out of that box. I need to go get another box. It's like, oh, that just does not make any sense. How many times have you stopped and started, and how much time have you wasted just getting in the car, going to the store, getting it again, or either going online and having it delivered? Then you get all those increased delivery fees. It's like, okay, let's just save some time here. Let's get a multi-pack so I can stop going to the store so many times, or I can decrease the amount of the delivery fee and just get the multi-pack. I get multiples of whatever it is that I need to buy. And multi-packs are not always just food. Like, you can sell multi-packs and think about baby bibs. You can sell multi-packs and diaper packs. You can or baby wipes. You can sell multi-packs and socks. Like there's so many different opportunities for multi-packs to be sold. Back to school is coming up, so of course you have multi-packs and backpacks, and so multi-packs can, and also not just multi-packs, but also bundles, different bundles that you can sell, especially for back to school. So think about that, saving your customer time so that they don't have to make multiple trips. They don't have to make multiple purchases. They can streamline the process, and it will make their life or improve their life in some kind of way because of the fact that you're saving them time. The next one is to reduce the competition. So if you take something that can be sold standalone as one thing and you add something that adds value to it, or that's an accessory or complementary product to it, or just do multiples of it, that could reduce your competition on that particular item. I love when I can find something that's selling well on its own. And then you create a bundle for it, or you create a multi pack for it, and then you can continue to sell that hot selling item over and over and over and over and over again. So reducing the competition is one way to take advantage of creating bundles and creating multi-packs. Think about the things that you're selling right now where you're selling singulars, and what would it be like if you sold multiples of it. And then the last reason for this 5 list is to create an original listing. One of the challenges that people always get frustrated with is, depending on the platform you're selling on, is people piggybacking, cloning, or copying your listing. So to reduce that, in addition to reducing the competition, if you create an original listing, they got to go find all the pieces and parts for this amazing bundle that you put together. They've got to go figure out, what's in this bundle in order to piggyback on your listing. They can't figure that out, and chances are it's one less thing that you have to worry about. So creating an original listing can also help reduce your competition or keep people off of the listing. And if you decide to create an original listing, a branded listing, meaning you have a product brand idea, then and you decide to create your own brand on a specific platform, you can do that as well. But reducing the competition and also creating an original listing means that it's going to make you'll be the only person that's on that listing, and that is wonderful. And if you decide to brand it, that's even better. So if you can find the wholesale, if you're sourcing through retail arbitrage, that's one thing. This is the end of June, and we're going into the beginning of July. The end of Q2 going into Q3, that means we're at the halfway mark for the year. This would be a great time to start pulling together your bundles and your bundle ideas for Q4 and connecting with your wholesale suppliers to get your supplies for the bundle ideas that are sitting in your brain, or maybe things that you wrote in your notebook. And now it's time to bring those into existence because there's going to be a lot of products that are going to sell. I'll give you an example. The Minions movie is coming out. So whatever bundles or ideas that are put together right now for Minions, those are going to carry into Halloween. Well, they'll carry into back to school for sure. So mark my words, you'll see a bunch of back to school stuff that has Minions on it. You'll see a bunch of Halloween stuff that's Minions related and costumes and things like that. And you'll also see a bunch of stuff for Christmas Minion bundles, Christmas wrapping paper, all of that Minions related. So sometimes, depending on what the thing is, if there is a movie that's tied to it, an event, a national event, a major activity, or whatever, you can ride that bundle's idea and variations of it all the way through the end of the year, allowing yourself to maintain that momentum on that specific product. So creating an original listing, if you have the opportunity, it is worth the time to create the listing. You do need to go through the process of, optimizing the listing, the title, the images, all that other stuff, but creating an original listing, extremely important. So I hope that information is helpful to you. Again, my name is Nicole Whitlock, and my passion is helping people on their e-commerce journey get focused, get consistent, and make the progress that they like to make in their business. Since we're at the halfway mark, I feel like, okay, If you go back and you reflect on everything that happened in your business in Q1 and Q2, how would you rate yourself at this point? What kind of grade would you give yourself? Would you have to give yourself a lot of grace and mercy? Because sometimes that's required. Things happen in our lives. But if you've just really been dragging your feet, it might be time for you to buckle down and get focused and get consistent in your business. So I want to encourage you, if you need to schedule a free 20-minute coaching session because you feel like you need to get more organized, get serious, and buckle down in your business, you can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session by going to ecomsellers.com and clicking on freebies to schedule your free 20-minute coaching session. You can also um, grab the My Ecom Planner. It's the ultimate e-commerce planner. It was created for sellers by sellers. And so you can use the My Ecom Planner to help you to make more progress in your business and to get more focused and get consistent. And you can get the digital version right now for 40% off. In addition to that, you can join eCom Sellers Academy if you feel like you need some support along the way. We are here for you. We have live weekly training sessions. And so we talk about what is happening right now in that specific, either e-commerce method, on that specific topic, whatever it happens to be. So we are now transitioning to the daily ecom planning checklist. There are 4 things that we believe that you should be doing before the day before, which would be Tuesday evening, and 5 things you should be doing the morning of to help you make progress, consistent progress in your business. Because making progress in your business is not an accident. It's taking intentional action, taking intentional steps to make that progress. So that's the goal, that's the objective. And if you feel like, your business is sort of random and haphazard, it may be because you're not taking the intentional action and taking the intentional steps that you need to be making or taking every single day in your business. So it's time to get focused. It's time to buckle down. It's time to get organized because right around the corner is the second half of this year. We do not want to repeat whatever happened in the first half. If it's not to your liking, it's not to your pleasing, we don't want to repeat that in the second half of the year. So let's do something different. So we're going to start with number 1. The night before is that we encourage you to review or assess your day. How do you think the day went? What went right? What went wrong? What do you need to carry over into tomorrow, which will be Wednesday? What are the things that you need to fix or adjust or change? All of those things are important. So going through the process of assessing your day, we're not going to beat ourselves up over the day, but we are going to take a good hard look at it because there's always an opportunity for lessons to be learned. And when we look at the day, we want to look at the entire day and not just the part where we worked in our business. Okay, unless your entire day was spent 18 hours working in your business. Then number 2 is to update your daily tracking stats. How many listings did you create? How many products? How many orders did you fulfill? How many listings did you rework? How many ads did you run? All of that stuff, with your sales, with your profits, all of that. You're going to update that. You can put that in the My Ecom Planner. I'm going to look at your online calendar. What's on your online calendar for your personal life, for your business, for your work, if you have a job? So look at those online calendars and see what's in there. Tomorrow should not be a surprise. And the things that happen tomorrow should not be a surprise. You should not be reacting to your schedule. You should know what your schedule is so you can plan ahead accordingly. And then number 4 is to build out our schedule for tomorrow. We're going to think through the schedule as an inclusive day. God blesses us with 24 hours in the day. What are you doing with your 18 to 16 hours that you're awake? So where is that time being spent? And is there an opportunity to stop wasting time? Maybe you're spending time wasting time on things that don't make you money. So if there's things that are not making you money, let's work on those things and fix the things that are not making you money and address those. All right. So then today we wake up, we go through our morning routine, whatever that is, whether it's to go work out, exercise, walk the dogs, drink some coffee, meditate, whatever that happens to be, go do that. And then let's get ready to buckle down for today. We're going to step 1. We're going to review yesterday's schedule because there's always a lesson learned from that schedule. And so we're going to review the schedule so we can potentially make adjustments where we need to make adjustments when it comes to building a future schedule. So we want to get better at building a Tuesday schedule. We want to make sure we don't miss things or miss patterns that maybe we never really noticed before until we wrote the stuff down. Things that maybe you're doing on a regular basis. Maybe you're doing it the third or the fourth Tuesday of every month, and you just never noticed it because you never wrote it down. So now it can become part of a routine that you plan accordingly for. In addition to that, you can start accounting for your time. If your goal is to stop wasting time, then you got to account for where you're spending time. Just like when you're building a budget, you have to start tracking every dollar. Just like when you're working to lose weight, you have to track what are the activities you're engaging in, what are the meals that you're eating, and things like that. So there's a tracking method to this. And in order to track it, you need to know what you're doing. So you got to write it down. So let's go through and let's reassess Tuesday and fill in the blanks or the holes or add information that is missing to what we actually did on Tuesday. Next, we're going to go through and we're going to review our weekly priorities and weekly habits. We're at the end of June. So, whatever is part of this week, is this is a partial week, um, the question becomes what's the priority for this week? Since it is the 29th, you've only got today and tomorrow to finish out June strong. So, what was the priority for June is probably going to be the question. And that's number three, which is review the monthly plan. Where are you in the goals that you were working towards? Are you on track? Did you get them done? Do you have opportunities here to try to catch up? Or are you going through the end of the month of June and you had 25 things on your list and you only got through 10? We're going to celebrate the 10 you did get through, and we're going to continue to work harder in the month of July to establish good goals and then actually fulfill those goals. So let's go through the process of reassessing and knowing what's in the weekly priorities and also for the month. Then number four is we're going to rewrite the schedule if we need to. Based on number two and number three, we may have to rewrite the schedule, or based on the reassessment from number one, we may have to rewrite the schedule. So we can rewrite it, and then after we rewrite it, we read it out loud, speaking it into existence, and we're going to step into today. Our goal is to get more consistent in our daily routine and in our schedule. And as part of that, your body is going to try and fight that subconsciously. You're going to try and fight implementing a new routine. That's what happens every year during New Year's resolutions. Like people work to implement a new routine and their subconscious mind is fighting it every step of the way. Well, if you're working to build a routine in your life when it comes to you and your business and also the other aspects of your life, your body and your mind is going to try and fight that, the little gremlin inside. And so by going through and reviewing your schedule the night before, reviewing your schedule the morning of, you're slowly beating that gremlin into submission so that you can get back on track and you can be more consistent about your routine and your schedule. But it's going to take a little bit of time, so give yourself some grace and mercy. Allow yourself the month of July to just get better at being consistent on following your schedule. And you'll find that it will serve you really well the months of August, September, October, November, and December because you invested the time in July to get really serious and get really consistent and focused and redirecting yourself every single time you stray off, redirecting yourself back to your schedule over and over again. So allow yourself some grace and mercy during that process. And then number five is to build your schedule for tomorrow. Go ahead and build out the schedule for Thursday so you have something to work towards, something to keep in mind. And as you are working on that, also think about upcoming activities that can interrupt this momentum that you're working to build, the schedule that you're working to get more consistent about. Um, Look at that and see what's happening, and if there are things that are coming up that can interrupt this consistency routine that you're working to execute, that can disrupt this schedule that you developed, then we want to plan for those things accordingly so we can always go back to the routine and the schedule. Having interim disruptions, I'm not talking about emergencies. I'm talking about the doctor's appointment that you completely forgot. So that doesn't mean that your whole day is shot and you can't work your schedule. It just means that whatever you had scheduled during the time that you have to go away and be at the doctor, you just move it to a different time of the day and you still execute on it. so that way at the end of the day you still have something to check off when it comes to your daily routine. Same thing with bigger disruptions like going on vacation. Again, working things around that. If you're going on vacation and you happen to be selling on a platform where the platform prefers daily listings, what you might do is before you go on vacation, the week before you go on vacation, instead of maybe creating 5 listings, new listings every single day, create 7 new listings, but make 5 of them go live and put 2 in drafts. So then that way, while you're on vacation, if you're gone for a week, you can release the drafts listings while you're on vacation. It just takes a matter of 30 seconds every single day to log into your account from your mobile device, click submit, and the listing is live. And you didn't have to create it from scratch. It was done the week before. So you're being a little more strategic in your business so that you don't throw off the pattern and the routine that you're working to establish. So I hope this information is helpful. I hope it's a blessing to you and your business. I hope that you use it to help you to get more organized, get more consistent in your business. And with that, my wish for you today is that you have an extremely focused, a very consistent, highly productive, and extremely profitable day. And we're going to say goodbye for now. Please share this out, let someone else know about it, and invite them to come check us out every day of the week as we go through the daily ecom planning checklist. Bye for now.